Illinois State today. The Bulldogs are now 65-1 in their last 66 games against Valley opponent, which includes 8 straight tournament wins. The Bulldogs are back in the title game and will play the winner of this game going on in a few minutes, Missouri State or Northern Iowa. At this time, we'd like to have Jenny Bronczyk with an opening statement about the game.
Yeah, wow. I think that's probably the best thing to say, but you know what? Before I even talk about our team or this game, it's really fun. It's been really fun to see how good this league is. And our league is such a great league. I think we've had so many great wins this year. We've been challenged. We've challenged other teams. In watching Bradley and Illinois State yesterday, they're both postseason teams. I really hope they get to go to the WNIT because they both have just earned it and deserved it. They've done a great job in their non-conference. They've done a great job in the conference, but this is a really good conference, and I'm really, really proud to be part of it, and I'm really proud that we are able to be heading to the championship game. So kudos to both of them, but they need to keep going. And we will be their biggest supporters, I can promise you that. As far as today, I thought, obviously it wasn't necessarily our best offensive performance by any means, but you've got to credit Illinois State to some of that. And at the same time, I'm really proud of the resiliency that this group had. I think they did a great job in terms of at halftime really kind of resetting themselves and just playing. And so we are just happy to be playing tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach. Let's start off with questions for the student athletes. Becca Hitton or Sarah Ryan.
So what, I guess, kind of changed and flipped at the end of the third quarter there? You guys go, I think, in on a 16-3 run and kind of take control from there.
I think we just got back to us and we really just loosened up and started having fun. I mean, I think we had moments of having fun before it got to the start of the fourth, but then it was just, we were just all where we needed to be and really just smooth in what we were doing and playing off one another, making it really easy.
Becca, I guess, what's the mood like and the talking points at halftime in a game like this?
We just knew we had to kind of reset ourselves and really lean on each other. I think that's what our biggest thing was coming out in the second half. We really played together and played, our basketball, and I think that made a huge difference. Just in the second half, we need to be better in the first half, obviously, but we made some good growth in the second half there.
Look, I think at one point you had 16 points with 2 made field goals. Have you had a game like that before?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but
You should have had and ones. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
I guess just on a night when maybe offensively it's not clicking on all cylinders, to be able to get to the line 24 times and hit 19 of those as a team, how, I guess, important is that, especially on a day like today?
I think it's huge when we can, get to the line and make those shots. It just makes a huge difference. Those are freebies, so when we can really just step up there with confidence and make them, it makes a huge difference in the end.
Additional questions for the student athletes? Ladies, get back to the locker room, celebrate with your teammates.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very confident.
And additional questions for Coach Jenny Bronczyk.
Coach, what do you think happened there from your standpoint in the third quarter? They were up by 6 at one point in the third quarter, and you ran off, I think it was 13 or 14 straight points. What was going on from your perspective?
In my honest opinion, we're both good teams. They're going to make runs. We're going to make runs. I know maybe the first 2 games weren't necessarily like that, but we knew that they are a good team. They really get after it and they play really hard. And then I think our team, kind of like they said, they just started playing. It wasn't something, I can promise you it wasn't something that was like this amazing coaching. I'd love to take the credit for it, but it isn't. It's that they really did start to play together and they just started to be able to have fun and kind of got the tempo back in our direction.
Did you feel like it was a matter of when that was going to kick in?
Yeah, I do. I would have liked it earlier. But I do think We haven't seen this in a little bit, but I do think that we, at the beginning of the game, we do a great job of staying steady and composed. I mean, we really do. It's kind of an amazing thing to be able to watch our team do that. And at the same time, we got a little bit tight, I think, in that first quarter, and when the shots weren't falling, we kind of got back on our heels a little bit, and so you knew once we just could kind of loosen up and get the ball in the hole, that some of that stuff would continue to happen. But I do think that we did a pretty nice job on the defensive end. I think we do a good job on the defensive end. I think we gave up a few too many offensive rebounds, but they have some great players, and they've got 2 all-conference players that are all-conference players and played like it.
What does a game like this time of year do in terms of re-emphasizing all the things that you, I'm sure, preach often this time of year and throughout the year?
Yeah, it's funny because after the game, we haven't spent time in the locker room yet, so I haven't talked with our team yet. But one of the messages that we talked about just in the circle after, and what we talked about at halftime, was to really understand that we had a lot of growth today, because a lot of times you can get really frustrated and it's really hard to reset, but we were able to reset and then just continue to bring the fun back. I mean, you've heard me for years talking about having fun playing basketball, and if we wait for the basket to go in to have fun, then we're going to be in trouble. But if we can bring the fun to the game and take the scoreboard out of it and take everything else out of it, then that's when we're at our best. And so it doesn't mean that that's for everybody, but that's for us. And so when we do that, we're pretty good. So to be able to see that growth from the frustration, I think, in the first quarter, and really probably the entire first half, and probably almost the first couple minutes of the third quarter, I think we started to just kind of shift a little bit towards the end of the game. And so I'm really proud of that.
It felt like at the same point that Simone Goods picked up 2 quick fouls, that really felt like a turning point where your kids suddenly felt like now we've got things under better control. Did you feel that? Is that a key point there?
Maybe. I don't know if it was actually personalized. I think obviously when another team, another player on another team that's really good has foul trouble, I think that obviously it makes things a little bit more simple. But, they had players step in and come in and do some things too. So it was, if they relied on only 2 players today, the score wouldn't be the same. I mean, they relied on their whole team, and I think that was really impressive. It's impressive what their seniors have been able to do to keep them composed too. But I also feel like it was also, as time goes on, that's where we start to kick it in. I think we have great depth on this team, and we have great experience on this team, and so we don't panic. We stay really steady. I think that's part of it. And then as the game goes on, we want to get closer as a group, and we want to just continue to be able to keep the pace and the tempo. And then that's when we're at our best.
What does it mean to have a chance to play for a championship tomorrow?
You know what? It doesn't get old, ever. It never does. And the feeling that you have going into every game, and especially when it's in March, there is no better feeling when you get to be on a team, when you're a fan, I'm looking at our administrators, I mean, all of it. I mean, John's probably not going to be able to sleep tonight, and that's how it is. It's so exciting. It's just this amazing time, and we're going to get to go watch 2 more great basketball teams out there today in Missouri State and UNI, and we'll prepare for one of them, but we're just going to come and we're going to have fun, and it's just going to be an awesome environment. So I hope the stands are full tomorrow.
How do you feel that the team fed off the fans' energy when the team was down and when the team was really good, especially when they were hot in the fourth quarter hitting those threes?
It was awesome, wasn't it? I mean, you're probably not even one of our fans, and you kind of fed off of it, right? I mean, it was that cool. Like, it's that great tournament time when you're in, we're not in Des Moines, we're not in the Knapp Center, but it feels awesome. Women's basketball in the Valley does matter, and it's proven here. I mean, you walk in here, and it's this unbelievable environment, and it's in March, and there's nothing better. So, honestly, I think both teams feed off of it. When we can have this many fans continue to come, both teams feed off of it, and it's great for our sport.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.